Welcome to Youthology on AUK Radio, brought to you by Att10tive Social Enterprise every 2 Wednesdays of the month from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. I am your host, Ruth, and to you I bring my guest,
Manur.
And Forever.
Welcome both. Can I get the both of you to just introduce yourselves? So we're going to start with Manur.
Hi, I'm a youth ambassador at Att10tive Social Enterprise. I've been with them for over a year now. I've learned so many different things with Att10tive, and I'm really looking forward to the upcoming event that we will speak about today.
Thank you, Manur. Forever?
Good day, everyone, or good evening. My name is Forever. I'm 16 years old. I'm a student at Queen Elizabeth School. Actually, I'm 17. I just had my birthday. I'm a student at Queen Elizabeth Sixth Form, and I've been a youth ambassador for roughly around 3-4 months. And I have genuinely learned a lot about planning events, about hosting events, communication skills, leadership, and I feel like all around I'm a well-built person because of Att10tive. So yeah.
Welcome and happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. Okay, so you both mentioned being youth ambassadors with Att10tive Social Enterprise, and can you tell us a bit about any community engagement that's going on? So any event, Manur, you mentioned?
So there's one on Saturday. It is the My Luton and Luton Creatives event, where it's basically an opportunity for young people to share different artworks, different things they like about Luton. It's a very creative, focused event, lots of art-based activities, lots of viewings of art, different people's creations in the art gallery, so paintings, sculptures, and then we also have some videos between 2 and 4 minutes for the film section, and it's basically just about celebrating Luton and what Luton means to different people and the diversity of Luton.
Thank you. Forever, do you want to elaborate more?
I think Mano has done an excellent job, actually. We do have 2 events in one, I like to call it. We have Step Forward Luton Creatives, and we have the second one, the My Luton event, which is happening on Saturday. It's going to be an amazing event. Like she said, there's going to be different artwork, and it's basically empowering the people of Luton to share what Luton means to them in creative forms like painting or making videos, short videos, like 2 to 4 minutes long. So they'll be judged by a VIP panel, a very highly esteemed set of people who then crown our winner, and then, they get a prize. And I feel like it's really important that people, or that Att10tive hosts events like these, to just share what Luton means to us, not just as people who live inside Luton, but then bring the joy and creativity of Luton to other parts of the United Kingdom.
Thank you. Can you tell us a bit about how long it took to plan the project?
Ooh, it took quite a while, actually. It took, personally, when I came into Att10tive, I will be very honest with you, I did not know it took that much to plan an event. I thought you just book a hall, get some food, and that's it. Really.
Yeah, I understand.
I had to attend a risk assessment. I've never done that before.
Yeah.
I didn't know stuff like this went into planning events.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not wrong. Maybe a lot of people don't care too much about events, but the thought that Att10tive gives to events like this when it comes to Luton and celebrating Luton, I think it's amazing, and I think we've done a really well detailed work. But we have spent quite a couple of months on this.
Yeah, I would like to add that it does take a lot of planning for something like this, because we're involving schools, we're involving different VIP guests, and we all have to communicate well together and try and keep up with the schedule of trying to plan everything and making sure that on the day the guests enjoy it and everything goes well. So it does take quite a few months of planning.
Yeah, so I'm actually project manager on this, but I'm not really going to come into this until our next show so that you can get my perspective, because today is all about you giving your perspective on this.
Yeah.
Can you tell us, or tell me really, about your involvement or your personal involvement into the project itself? So what are you doing or bringing to the project?
So I don't want to reveal too much, but one thing I am doing is I'm actually doing a painting for the art gallery.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to showcase that, and I'm also excited to see other people's artworks. There's also some on the day projects that the guests will be able to see, but as I said, I don't want to reveal too much. So yeah.
Personally, I'm not a painter. I can't draw. I literally draw stick people and that's it. I can't draw. So definitely you don't want to see what I would draw for this event. But yeah, I have been involved in this. Like Manor said, I don't want to reveal too much of the surprise. You just have to find out. But yeah, we will be definitely making sure that everything goes smoothly. I think that's one of my major rules on the day. Taking short interviews with people. It's gonna be an amazing time.
Okay. So I'm assuming, correct me if I'm wrong, this event is the first one that you're both really involved in actively. And how do you feel about that? How's that going so far?
So for me, I was involved in some previous events with Att10tive, like the I Am Unique event, and that also involved a lot of creativity and artwork, and I also made a painting for that. So I think with this event, it's more of Luton focused with how like the diversity of Luton and what Luton means to us since it's our home. So I think the difference between those two, it's more of celebrating Luton, and that's really exciting to me because I get to share my love of Luton as my home, and also it's a very empowering thing, I would say, for young people to share such like all their creativity and their artwork.
This is my first event. This is the first time I'm planning something as big as this, not just like in a group, but like on my own. So definitely responsibilities have tripled, quadrupled. There's a lot of responsibilities, okay, and there's a lot of deadlines as well.
Yeah.
And you don't want to do a hurried work. You want to make sure that it's quality, and then it's given at the right time, which is something that I don't want to say I wasn't used to it, but I wasn't used to it in such high demand. So it's been tasking. So it's a blessing to be able to be part of something like this, a revolutionary event like this, but it's also incredibly tasking to meet some of these deadlines. But yeah, it's rewarding if you think about it.
Yeah, thank you. For anyone who is going to be attending the event when is the event actually? When is it and where is it? Because we haven't said when and where it is. We just talked about it. So can you give us more details on the logistics?
So it will be on the 20th of July, so this Saturday that's coming up, and it will be at Chalk Hills Academy. So the timings are 12:30, I believe, to 4. Yeah, and it's basically just a day of fun, really, and celebrating Luton and the diversity that Luton brings. Even here today, like all three of us are very diverse, I would say, and it's just about helping people realize that Luton is a lot of fun and it can be misunderstood, I would say, sometimes. But yeah.
Yeah, she's right. It is held at the Chalk Hills Academy. It's from 12:30 to 4, and that's basically it.
Yeah.
But I want to say stuff, but then I don't want to say too much. So I'm trying to...
Yeah, we don't want to reveal the surprises, you know?
Yeah. Without revealing anything to anyone who's going to be attending, what do you think they should be looking forward to the most?
Entertainment.
Okay.
Yeah. Entertainment.
That was really good. Anything else you wanna?
Just art, entertainment, just a day to have fun, really.
Creativity. Different aspects of Luton is something.
Yeah.
Because people view Luton in different ways from different perspectives. So I think that's something that people should definitely come with an open mind, because you never really know.
Also, it's about seeing how young people can be empowered through art, and I think that's a great part of the event.
Yeah. So we talked about short videos as part of My Luton. So like we mentioned before, there are 2 events in one. Step Forward Luton Creatives, and then My Luton. The My Luton aspect of it is more videos. Can you tell us about the competition of My Luton? How is that going to take place?
So, as I said before, the videos are between 2 and 4 minutes, and there's 11 videos. And I believe there's a prize for first, second, and third.
Yeah.
Yeah. and it will be a panel of judges deciding who wins, and it's just a opportunity to for people to see different parts of Luton and seeing videos about what makes Luton special. So I would say it's very exciting.
Yeah, I'm actually very much looking to that aspect of the event because again, I don't want to reveal too much, but
Exactly. It's hard.
that segment of the event, so much is going to be happening. Like, there are so many things planned for that segment alone that it could just be a whole event
On its own.
on its own. And I think the prizes as well, for anyone who's going to be winning that, is going to be such an achievement. And it's going to be so rewarding. I mean, imagine getting first prize and then you get the certificate or the prize given
Don't
to
ruin
you
it.
by a special person, by a VIP guest. Again, I'm not going to say who that is.
Yeah,
'cause
it's
we
definitely
wanna
very
keep
exciting.
that- we wanna keep that anonymous
Yeah.
until Saturday. So if you want to see how it's going to plan out, come on Saturday and just see what it's about. Anyways, moving on swiftly. Can you tell us, other than Att10tive, who has been involved into the project planning?
So I'm not really sure about this. All I know is that there's been loads of different schools that are submitting artworks, and then obviously the films are from mainly young people, I would say, but just people that are around Luton, really. Do you want to add?
Yeah, I think one of the main organisations that I'm 100% sure is involved in this is the Chalk Hills Academy. They are a school, but they're an organisation. It takes a lot to give out space for this event, help us with the risk assessment. Like I said, I was there in person, so I do know that they really have helped in this, and I know they're quite involved in this event.
Yeah. I was just thinking, Luton is involved.
Yeah.
Luton is involved.
Luton is involved. So Luton will be creating art. Luton will be participating. Luton will be attending. Luton is the main event.
Yeah.
Moving on. So we talked about project planning. Can you tell us about the skills that you've learned so far? So you talked about responsibilities, how that quadruple.
Oh, yes.
Can you go more into that?
Yeah, would you like to go first?
Yeah, I feel like for project planning, it's like I said before, you never really understand how many little things go into planning a project. If you attend an event, oh yeah, they have good food, they have good artworks, oh the environment is really friendly, oh everyone's so nice. A lot of work goes into that.
Yeah.
Like things that I didn't even know that we had to plan went into this. There's a lot of responsibilities, deadlines, things have to be done by certain times. No, you can be done earlier, but never later. So meeting up with those deadlines is one thing. I feel like project planning, especially all the project planning meetings we've had and Att10tive, has taught me responsibility, how to juggle my responsibilities properly, how to deliver quality on time. So it's different. I usually say when someone asks me to do something and they're like, do it right now, I usually ask them, do you want it done quickly or do you want it done well? You have to pick one. But Att10tive has helped me to merge those two in one, such that when I'm given deadlines, I don't do stuff haphazardly. I see them to completion. I feel like that's a really important part.
Yeah. I would say that my skills, number one, communication, because with an event like this that requires so many people's inputs and so many moving parts, it's important that we are able to communicate, first of all, when we'll be able to be available to discuss parts of the event, and also like going through different deadlines and making sure we meet them. So we have a lot of activities planned for the day, and all those activities involve different people. So we need to make sure we are able to coordinate what activities take place, so that it doesn't seem so it seems planned. Yeah.
Sure.
And time management also goes into the deadlines, because if someone is struggling with that, then it kind of holds up all the other activities as well. So I think those would be the most important skills that I've learned.
Yeah. How would you say that those skills merged into your lives or carried on into your lives? Do you think they affected you at all in the way that you do things outside of Att10tive?
Yeah, definitely. I'm an A-level student, like I said before. I do biology, chemistry, and mathematics, and they're incredibly demanding subjects. So you have to complete things by certain deadlines. And sometimes we get like work to do with other people. And just like Manor said, there has to be communication and you have to be organized. You actually have to sit down and calculate the process, the time it will take, the resource it will take, and then, just kind of fuse them in a way that it's seamless when you present it. Like a lot of work goes on behind the scene, but when you present the final thing, it's worthwhile.
Yeah, I would say all the skills that come with project planning and event planning are really important in everyday life, and whether it's in school or work, I would say it's really important, which just highlights how great it is to be a youth ambassador at Att10tive, and I would certainly recommend it to anyone wanting to join. I would say it's a great opportunity to learn new skills and to get involved with things that they might not get involved with. For example, today, the radio show, how many people get to do that? And then with events, how many people get to do that? So yeah, I would say it's a great opportunity.
Yeah, that sounds fabulous. It sounds like you're learning a lot as well, which is what we like to see, especially in the youth of Luton, because then it develops you to go on to employment easier and makes it easier for you to shine amongst your peers. Moving on, why does Att10tive run this kind of event? So this is not the first event run by Att10tive. Why would you say that is? As in, why would you run this kind of event?
I think Att10tive is a social enterprise. Okay, and beyond what is normally seen as a social enterprise, we actually genuinely do care. I feel like Montel, our managing director, is literally so compassionate that he wants to help the youth in any way possible, wants to empower them with different types of skills. Att10tive as a social enterprise does things like this because we believe that young people have so much power. I mean, look at us. Genuinely, it takes a lot to come and be able to stand here and talk freely and talk well. And I just feel like when we do things like this, we empower more people. You never know who the next, I don't know, great speaker is. You never know who the next Denzel Washington is. They just might be at home not doing anything. With opportunities like this, you could get yourself out there and show the world, show Luton and the world what you're truly made of. So I think Att10tive pays so much attention to the youth, to matters that concern the youth, and to the skills that can be given to the youth. Because as the I don't know what it's called. It's like a proverb. It always says that we are children of the future. Children now are the leaders of the future. So yeah, I feel like that's one vision that Att10tive keeps really, really handy, and they use this as a motive whenever they host events like this.
Yeah, the main goal of Att10tive is to empower young people.
Yeah.
Because young people are often kind of ignored. They're thought of as not useful, I would say. But we've obviously proven with this event that's coming up that we are capable of taking responsibility and being able to plan something that's really amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. And what kind of people are we expecting to see at the event?
So I would say a very diverse group of people. It's not just young people. There's many different age groups, many different races and cultures, and it's very representative of Luton, I would say, because of how diverse the event is going to be. And it's a great opportunity to meet different types of people and just network and get to know a lot of different personalities and different cultures.
One person that I definitely know that you can't expect to be there is me. I'm gonna be there. But then, yeah, like Manor said, there's going to be some really important people, some really influential people, actually, that do play an important role in the running of things in Luton. It's not an event you want to toy with. It's not something you want to miss. It's definitely something you want to be there for and be there in person for. You don't want to get the news about it later.
Yeah.
There's going to be opportunities to see people. If you're an artist, I feel like one of the most important parts of art is criticism, constructive criticism. So being able to be criticized by people, by the public, and by the judges themselves is already something that's huge. As per age groups and ethnicities, you can expect people of diverse backgrounds and different ages. We're not just because it's an event run by young people does not mean that we're only going to invite and speak to young people.
Yeah.
We're going to have people from all different sorts of age groups And I just think it would be a really, really fun experience for all.
From talking about the event that's going to happen on Saturday,
Yeah.
we're just going to move on a little bit. Talking about weekends, we're going to talk about the last weekend and what happened, because it was match weekend.
Yeah.
Everyone was excited for that, but it didn't go as planned.
Oh.
So what are your thoughts on that?
I really wanted them to win, because I don't know if this was true, but I kind of heard, I think it was a rumor that basically if we won, we get Monday as a public holiday.
Really?
I don't know how
Yeah,
true that
I
was.
heard that as well.
I heard
I
that,
didn't hear
but
that.
then for that reason, I was like, please win. I don't watch football like that, but I was like, please win, please, because I don't know. I just
That would have been nice
it would have
though.
been really, really good.
Nice day to remember.
Yeah.
I think also if we did win, it would be a great sense of community because people get
Yeah.
really excited.
Yeah.
So that's why I wanted England to win, because then you would see everyone really excited, like chanting and singing, and yeah, it would have been great, but fortunately not.
Yeah, talking about community, the emotions, the joy that led towards that weekend were insane.
Yeah.
I
That's
had
what everyone was
people.
talking
My
about.
mum told me that a couple of her co-workers said they weren't coming in. Like, they were coming in, but they were going to leave early because they had to go watch the match. Because they were healthcare workers, so they work on Sundays as well. They were like, oh yeah, we're going to leave early because we have to go watch that match. And when it didn't turn out as planned, I felt so bad for them. Because I don't know how the conversations are going to be like at work on Monday. It's going to be so awkward.
Yeah, it'd be very awkward. Imagine, especially if they were expecting to have that Monday off, and then you just come back and you see each other and you're like, yeah, hello. So
Hi.
that
Very
is-
low moods.
All right. But yeah, the spirits were very high. Everyone was very, very happy until I didn't watch the match.
Neither did I, actually.
People are gonna think, do you live in the rock?
I did.
I didn't watch it. I'm not very a football person anymore. So
No.
it wasn't really that interesting to me. Not to say that it's not interesting at all, but if you like it, you like it. But I just remember that on the Monday I got because I don't know if you know Trainline. It's the app to get train tickets.
But yeah, I think I
And
heard
they
of
do
it.
like really good deals. And I just got a notification that said, oh yeah, get 5% off to make up for the loss.
Oh, wow.
That's me.
I didn't know how to feel. Yeah, I was actually gonna buy a ticket, but I didn't. So
I would have bought it, actually.
yeah, but
A win is a win.
yeah, I think so many apps were actually doing that because that
Compensation.
That's just sad. I saw so many of those little adverts, but yeah, it was nice. Anyways, are you guys sporty at all? Are you into football?
Not football. I like to play badminton occasionally.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I like badminton as well. Tennis, and then I run. That's it.
I run too occasionally.
Occasionally.
Occasionally. I've never met someone who said they like to play badminton.
Really?
I mean, I like
Really?
badminton, but people don't usually say that off the bat.
Oh,
They
really?
usually think of something, and then badminton will be like the last.
The
option.
last.
Oh.
Probably because it's not as popular as the rest of the sports
Yeah.
you would normally be. Like football. Like, what other sport can you play in school that wants to compete against football?
Oh, true. I was
Yeah.
always a badminton person.
The top ones are always football, cricket.
Basketball.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen videos of people training for badminton competitions. They're really insane. They do these insane workouts that you wouldn't think of people need to do for badminton.
Badminton. Really?
Absolutely crazy. You need to check it out. Honestly, it's very, very entertaining. If you have nothing to do, just go check that out. Anyways, to move on from sport, or we're gonna move on to summer holidays that are coming up. So I know many people graduated. Maybe people are graduating at the moment
Yeah.
from uni as well. But you both are not in uni.
Yeah, I just
No.
finished A levels.
Oh,
so
yeah, how
I'm already in my
did-
holidays.
How did that go?
They were okay.
What A levels did you do?
Biology, chemistry, psychology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know this. How did everything go? How were the
Mm.
questions?
I think exams are always stressful,
Yeah.
and
Mm.
yeah, that's just something you just have to get through. Yeah, and then you have a long break.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
And then you have the long break. Is that a small stretch that you're very stressful. You're very stressed.
Yeah.
But how did you cope with the stress?
So for me, it was just a case of taking breaks from revising all the time, because I felt like not even just me, my friends and everyone I knew, they were revising all the time. And so it was important to remind each other to just have little breaks, and because if you're trying to be productive all the time, it just has the opposite effect. And so yeah, taking breaks and doing something that you enjoy, hobbies, like for me, painting, that was how I coped with it. And yeah.
That's very nice. How do you think you did on your exams?
Fingers crossed. Okay.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Well, time will tell.
Hopefully you'll be fine. How about you, Forever?
I think I'm just in my first year. Actually, I've because on Friday we'll be done with school anyways, and then I can officially say I'm done with my first year. I'm now in second year A levels.
Yeah.
But I will be taking a lot of the advice that Manuel said, because I think I fall into the category that just don't think they're ever ready enough. I'm always, because I don't know. I think it's just biology and chemistry. I think they're like the ones that you feel like whenever you take a break, it's like the topic enzymes, biochemical, they're just leaving your head. They're leaving your head. You have to go back and study. I feel like it's something that people should focus on, not to over study, if that's a thing, so you don't burn out.
Yeah, there is a lot of content, but I just want to remind the viewers, if they're doing A levels, that it's fine to take breaks, and it is good to take breaks and focus on your mental health, because that's just as important. If you're struggling mentally, then you're not going to be able to do well in your exams, and that's just not going to be great. So you might think, oh, there's so much content, I need to keep revising all day, but that's just not going to be effective.
Yeah, and one thing that might also help, if you haven't started your A levels yet, or if you're in your first year, like Forever, and then you're going to your second year, it really helps to start revising from the very get-go, because then you don't have to cram everything last minute, because I've seen people cram everything last minute. It does not go well. When you hear A-level stress, and then those who cram it last minute, the stress is, I don't know,
it's multiplied.
It's multiplied.
Often
honestly.
People say that uni is easier than A levels just because of the content. So that just puts in perspective, like, when you need to start revising, which I would say year 13, that's just all revision.
Yeah, year 13 is just all revision. Year 12, have fun. Enjoy. Obviously, don't have too much fun, but I remember when I was in year 12, sounds like it was years ago. It was not years ago, it was literally like last year. No, the year before that. But I remember the year 13s at the time who taught us to have fun during our year 12, which we did. And thank God we did, because year 13 really did something to us.
Really? For me, the year 13s kept telling me when I was in year 12 to revise from year 12. They said they really regret not revising.
Yeah, revise from year 12. Yeah. Revise from year 12.
Like, but also have fun, because you know that time is not going to come back.
Still have fun. When you have your downtime in year 12, have your downtime. Go out with your friends. Enjoy a meal out. Go party if you're into parties. And then when you need to revise, also revise, because you need to have a balance. And if you want to do well, you still need to have a balance. There's no way you will think that you're going to revise for a whole day. I mean, you can still do it, but have breaks, obviously, and think that everything is going to stick into your head. It's not going to stick.
Lastly, just to reiterate, I feel like we've talked about A levels quite a lot. I think in work, whatever you do, don't overdo it. Try and have a good balance. Because if it's not balanced, just like a seesaw, if it's not balanced, it's going to tip over on one side, and then the other side is just going to suffer and just go haywire. So I think it's important to just keep a balance, regardless of what you do.
Yeah.
In anything, really. And also, one thing that helps is when you have too many expectations on you to achieve or overachieve something, keep that in mind, because it depends on what you want to achieve. But also keep in mind that people will get used to it, whatever you do. So if you decide that one day you want to prioritize your mental health more, on the other side of it, just explain, communicate, and people are going to accommodate to that, hopefully. If they don't, then there's an issue. But hopefully they will. And always keep on prioritizing yourself. And there are so many tips that we can say in terms of studying. I feel like
that should be a completely different episode.
But there's so much to say on that, because not many people talk about it
enough.
I
mean, when they do, they don't talk about it properly.
Yeah. Because I feel like there's one thing to watch people on YouTube who study a lot give you different tips, and then when you go through it, it's a different perspective. But not everyone give their perspectives because it depends on the individual and your lived experience.
Yeah.
Having lived through it myself, I would say that have time schedules, time blocks. So, for example, if you know that the next week you're going to revise for 5 days straight, good luck. Have specific timetables for the day. So if you wanna do one day focused on biology, for example, do different topics that you're gonna do. Those should be actually the ones that you struggle the most with. So the day before, go over your vision list or whatever, pick the topics that you struggle with and focus on that, etc. with the other subjects as well.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to add on that?
I would.
Go ahead.
Okay. I would just like to add to not be overly negative with yourself and to not doubt everything that you're doing, because that's not going to be very helpful, and then that's just going to prevent you from progressing. I think it's good to be realistic in what you can achieve, but also try and look at the more positive side, because negativity is just going to bring you down, and it's never going to be helpful for anyone. So yeah, just don't doubt yourself too much.
Yeah. This might seem like a lot, but like I said before, try and have some rest. Luckily, the school year is almost over, so that means I have a lot of time. But like we said before, try and balance, get stuff done actually, because after this comes the next term, and then the Christmas holidays, and then the Christmas holidays are much shorter than what I hoped they would be. So try and study. I know you want to make this the summer of your life, but study. Genuinely study and learn a couple skills. Speaking of skills, actually, I think personally that joining Att10tive will help you boost your skill set, because if you're looking for something that is flexible, if you're looking for something that doesn't require too much, it doesn't drain you mentally, if that makes any sense. You still have more than enough time to study. You're welcome to take breaks. We're incredibly flexible because most of us are young people. We are students, so we understand the struggles of studying. But yeah, definitely, if that's something you want to consider, that's if you want to learn skills and build academically and in your skill set for future endeavors, yeah, Att10tive should be the way for you.
Yeah, I would also like to add, I know a lot of people are doing the UCAT over these holidays, these summer holidays. Yeah. So
I'm one of those people.
Oh, are you?
I'm one of those people.
So I would just say good luck with that. It is quite difficult, but it just requires a lot of practice, I would say, because I went through it, and just still try and have breaks. I personally didn't because I was just really stressed, but I wouldn't recommend that. I would say just have days off, but yeah, practice a lot for the UCAT.
It also helps to have a friend to study with. I know that when I was in between my year 12 and year 13 summer holiday kind of thing, I had my best friend there, and she was doing the UCAT, I was doing the LCAT. That's for law.
Oh
yeah. Hopefully I'm not wrong. So we're both studying for that. It really helps. Keep it light, keep it fun. Find what works for you. And I actually had a great time over the summer, even though I didn't go anywhere. Everyone was going on holiday and I was in the library. Yeah. But it was really, really fun because we had fun with it. And that's what matters, really. And then you know that you did your best. You put your best. And remember to ask questions. And everything. Not just academically, but anything and everything in life, wherever you go, work, with your friends, family, always ask questions, always be curious.
Yeah, questions don't make you dumber. They actually make you look a lot smarter than the vast population of people who are willing to stay silent. So
it shows that you're interested and you're also able to gain knowledge that way. So it's great. Always, I would say, seek knowledge. Yeah. Knowledge is so powerful and alongside education. So I think,
always seek knowledge. Yeah, and there's no silly question. Even though you might think, oh, this is a very, very stupid question, I should never ask it. Ask it. And even if you feel like not asking to another fellow human being, you can just ask Google.
Yeah.
It's free. Yeah. And if Google doesn't satisfy you, then please find someone to ask the question.
There's always going to be a way, you guys.
There's always a way. That pretty much brings us to, not the end, but we're getting to the end this show, and anything that you guys are looking for this summer Are you going on holiday? I know you're doing your UCAT.
UCAT. I'm sorry. UCAT is.
I think your holiday destination will be the library.
Yes.
Yeah. How about you, Manu? Because I know you're finished. So.
For me, it's just about relaxing because
Yeah.
A-levels were so stressful for me. So I just want to chill now. I'm doing a lot with Att10tive and a lot of events and lots of painting. So yeah, that's just
Good. Yeah, I think this is the time to take on new opportunities as well. If there's that, I don't know, workshop that you want to join, join it. If you want to join Att10tive, please do. Be my guest. I really recommend it.
Always looking for new people.
Always, constantly.
Always.
Yeah.
Constantly.
It's never too late to apply.
Never too
To
late.
try something new, to develop on the things you already thought you did know.
Yeah.
And I believe you will learn a lot. And even saying that is an understatement. It's very underwhelming because from what I've learned a tremendous amount in less than 2 years. I wouldn't even have learned it if I went to work for 10 years. So
Yeah.
that says a lot. One of those things is teamwork. And I'm just going to bring in my team colleagues.
Yeah.
Which again is teamwork.
Yeah.
So, go on.
So teamwork, I feel like it's one of the solid foundations of Att10tive because like we will always build people up, and the only way you can build people up is by having a strong foundation yourself. So if you have good principles, like our managing director, genuinely, he's full of principles.
Yeah.
He is filled to the brim with stuff to teach.
I hope he's listening to this.
No, because as young people, it's like something that I like to imagine for me as a person. My brain is either a magnet or it's a sponge. It's constantly constantly attracting knowledge to it. So if you have a strong foundation, if you have a good support group of people who are like-minded, who are on the same age, or even people who are older, genuinely, because I feel like sometimes we do underrate that amount of advice and knowledge we can get from people who are more experienced than us. So if you have that knowledge, a strong foundation, I don't know how to say it, but then your walk in life genuinely will be so much more easier because it's guided and you're not going in all different directions. You have like, oh yeah, this person's tried this and they advised me to do this, and you take less risks, but not less risks that would mean you don't get enough opportunities, but less risks mean you don't have to do stupid things to understand the consequences because people already done it before you.
Yeah. For me, I would say teamwork is about seeking help. I think that's really important. And I would say loads of people feel shy to do that.
Yeah.
And I would say that it's always good to try and get support from other people. And not only that, but teamwork feeds into so many different skills, such as communication, as we've mentioned, and time management, because you have to coordinate with different people.
Yeah.
And so it's a very important skill to develop, and Att10tive does a great job of helping us do that.
Yeah, and I feel like in many organizations as well, it's easy to say I've got work colleagues, I've got people I work with, but do you have a team? Like, do you have people who have your back? And I think it's such a great feeling to know that if one day I was to call in sick, Forever, for example, will have my back, because there's always someone who has your back in Att10tive, and it's such a great feeling. We're all like a big family, like I like to say it, very much like siblings. Obviously, we don't always go along all the time, but most of the time we get along, we always respect each other, we always have each other's back, which is so important. It's one of the things I love the most about Att10tive, one of the things why I stayed in Att10tive for so long. So if you're looking for that, please join, like I said.
Really? I don't think there's anyone who can do anything alone. No one is an island.
No.
We all need genuinely, no one is an island, because when you say island, it's like you're alone.
Yeah,
it's just a small piece of land with a lot of water. No one is an island.
No.
We all need each other for something.
Yeah.
We need each other to learn something. We need a shoulder to lean on. And genuinely, when it comes to learning, education, knowledge, building life skills. And when I mean life skills, I'm not saying to help you pass an interview. I mean things that you will use progressively over time, like over a period of 15 years, for example. I feel like being exposed to a social enterprise like Att10tive is one of the solid foundations, like a bedrock that you can get into like what it really is in the real world. And it's definitely a lot easier when you never walk alone.
Yeah, I would like to add that another great thing about Att10tive is how everyone has a mentor. Because
Yeah.
then you always
Yeah,
have
that's true.
someone who can help you and support you, and you always have someone to rely on. So if you're ever struggling with any task that you're given, you always have someone's support, and you're always able to talk to someone. And I think that's really important, not just for Att10tive, but as a person, as an individual,
Yeah.
to be able to speak with someone who maybe has more knowledge or experience in a field, and be able to communicate with them and be able to learn from them. So yeah.
We choose to learn the difficult topics kind of life and simplify them, make them easier, because you get to work with people. It's an amazing opportunity. And I 100% agree that you should come on board. If it's something that you're thinking about in the slightest, just try it.
Yeah.
Just
Genuinely,
try it.
like literally, I heard about Att10tive in school, and that day I was so tired because I woke up late. I wanted to go to the gym. I didn't make it. I was upset, okay, and I didn't want to have anything to do with anyone. But then the workshop started. The managing director opened his mouth, and then I was like, oh yeah, I should probably give this a shot. And now here I am. So yeah, definitely give it a try.
Give it a try. It's wonderful, I would say. Everyone's compassionate, honestly. We all get each other, we all understand. No one is just a number, because in many organizations, people are usually just a number. So even if you don't work out well, remove you, replace you, because you're just a number. But with Att10tive, it's so much different. Everyone is valued, everyone has a relationship with each other, even with the managing director, who in other organizations, again, I don't want to put other people down.
Yeah, we don't want
but
to.
you don't usually find every individual having a relationship with the managing director, the person at the boss.
At the top.
At the top. I was gonna say the boss, but the person at the top. So yeah, just to end it, can you guys tell us how to? Circling back on the event now, this Saturday, can you tell people how to register for the event to attend?
So there is on Eventbrite, you can go in there and type in the title of the event. So it's the My Luton and Step Forward Luton Creatives event, and the event is completely free, so you don't have to pay. The tickets are free, so you just go on there, you register, you put in how many tickets you want. So if you want to go alone, or if you want to go with maybe a friend, you can do that, and then you are emailed the tickets, and you just show up to the event, which is at Chalk Hills.
Yeah. So yeah, that's basically it. It's on the website, and Eventbrite, I've used Eventbrite before. It's really easy to use, and they make everything incredibly simplistic. So yeah, just register on there. It's completely free. Imagine everything that we've been talking about this entire time, being able to see artwork, being able to, meet with different sorts of creative, meet with influential people. It's an opportunity to network, okay? And it's completely free. I mean, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure what you're waiting for.
Yeah, how amazing.
Go on the event.
And there's food as well. Everyone loves food.
Everyone loves... True. Everyone.
Yeah.
I love food.
And speaking of food, there's one specific treat from... I would say it from me? From me? No, not really from me. But I don't want to say what it is.
Oh, yeah.
When you get to the event, you know what it is. We don't really see it often. So. But yeah, sign up, get a ticket, bring your family, your mom, your grandma, don't bring your dogs and cats. But bring everyone you can think of, and we shall have fun.
Yeah, just enjoy yourself.
Yeah, we'll definitely see you. They'll be there waiting for you. Me, Manor, and Ruth will definitely be at the door because we're all ushers, right?
Yeah.
So we'll greet you in.
Hopefully you'll recognize us. But yeah, we'll definitely
I should be your host. So if you don't recognize me, I'll be there walking around somewhere. On that note, we are coming to the end of today's episode. This has been Youthology, brought to you by Att10tive Social Enterprise every 2 Wednesdays of the month from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. I have been your host, Ruth, and my guests are
Manor
and Forever.
On that note, I'll see you not next week, the one after that. Bye.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.